Hi there, Laura here from Get Organized HQ, and welcome to my closet. I'm filming in a little bit of a different location today because I am here to talk to you about wardrobe and fashion and organizing your wardrobe and wardrobe minimalism and all of that. So this video is about why I don't do the 10-item wardrobe or a capsule wardrobe, or I think it's called Project 33, any of those wardrobe simplification type things. Now, I first want to say I love those. I think they're great. I think they're wonderful. I think they're fantastic. I have watched multiple videos on them. I love the idea. And if you are doing them, I think that's great. I love also the people who created them. I don't know who created the capsule wardrobe, if anyone. But I definitely know the person who created the 10-item wardrobe. I absolutely love her. Watch a lot of her videos, The Daily Connoisseur. I'll link to her down below. But what I do want to say is explain why I don't and some alternatives to these particular wardrobe organization styles. Now, before we dive in, the basic idea behind any of these, I've watched lots of videos, read lots of blog posts, is that we want to simplify, and who doesn't want that? And the main thing is when you get up in the morning, or maybe you pick out your clothes the night before, either way, you don't want to walk into your closet or wherever you keep your clothes and be bombarded with like 80% of stuff that you don't even like, that you don't feel good in, that is so at best. That's not fun. The purpose is to be really intentional about the pieces you bring into your wardrobe. And when you place parameters around it, like the 10-item wardrobe or like the capsule wardrobe, that just provides you with that framework to be able to really make sure that you're doing this. Like if you're only choosing 10 core pieces for the season, you're going to put a lot of thought into those. And you're not going to pick something that you're like, yeah, I don't really feel great in this. You're going to pick really good things. Same with a capsule, you're going to pick things that go together that you like. So I am 100% on board with that. And the first rule of organizing any wardrobe area, in my opinion, is to make sure that the clothes, like these clothes that I see every day, that I come to put on, to make sure that those are all clothes that you can wear today and feel good in. I don't want clothes in there that do not fit you today. If this is the, when I lose 10 pounds, get it out. If it is needs a repair, get it out. If you're like, this is uncomfortable, get rid of it. If you're like, this is just not my color, like I don't feel like I look great in this, get rid of it. We want to be surrounded by clothes that we use and love and that make us feel good. And another principle of these wardrobe structures is the idea that it is better to have fewer pieces of clothing that we like more, that are possibly literally better quality, possibly more expensive, not necessarily, and that we really love. And if I asked you, would you rather have 50 outfits that at best you feel so in, some of them you just feel like you don't look great in, or would you rather have 10 outfits that you absolutely love, that you feel comfortable in, that you feel like are doing you favors, are very flattering, and you feel good in? I would much rather have 10 outfits that I love, that I feel great in. So I'm totally on board with those concepts, and I apply those to my own wardrobe, even though I don't have any of these rules. Now, let me tell you a little bit about my own. I even hesitate to use the word fashion because I don't consider myself like a fashion person. I'm definitely not a fashion blogger or a fashion expert, but we all have our own fashion journeys. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about mine. So many years ago, I graduated college. Now in college, I think I just wore the normal college person apparel. Graduate college and I get a real job. It was like a 9-to-5 day job. I was an engineer at a big company. And I needed to look the part for that, right? So I went out and I bought literally 5 outfits. And when I say 5 outfits, I actually mean, I think I had less items than a 10-item wardrobe. Like I had 5 tops and 2 or 3 pairs of pants. And I kept this for the whole 7 years that I worked there. Now, occasionally, like one would wear out and I would replace it. But this is basically what I had, like a very super minimal wardrobe. And while in theory, I suppose I could have had different clothes for the weekends or for other events, I really didn't. I mean, I think I had a couple of dresses to like go to weddings or something more like that. I had a couple pairs of workout clothes for when I actually worked out. I'm not a fan of wearing workout clothes for non-working out. That's just my personal way I like to do things. But that's what I had. And so on the weekends, I wear the same thing that I wore on the weekdays. I mean, it was comfortable, looked fine. Why not? To church, I wear the same thing that I wore to work. And when I bought those, my thinking was this. A, I did not want to spend a lot of money on my clothing because I had other financial goals and it just didn't seem like fun. Part of that comes from feelings of like I just didn't want to spend money on myself. And in addition to that, my goal when getting dressed in the morning or when buying clothing was literally to blend in as much as possible and to be as boring as humanly possible. I mean, literally, not just was it my subconscious goal, it would have been my stated goal to myself. Like, I just want no one to notice me. So so my stuff just looked normal, but there was nothing special about it. Nothing that made me feel good or gave me confidence. I felt like it was just as normal as could be. I wore black pants. I had a pair of black pants and a pair of gray pants. I think I had, 1 or 2 of each. Very basic. And then I had, they were dressy. And then I had my tops. The one that I remember the most, I don't know why, it was like a green sweater material. It was short sleeved and had a little scoop neck with a little bit of a gather. And it was just plain. And it was also, most of my clothes were just a little bit on the baggy side to like camouflage, hide, and I just didn't want to be noticed. I usually wore a very basic pair of earrings, no other accessories. I always wore the same boring shoes. And I would see all of these other people dressing beautifully in person. I would see people that looked really good. And I would go into stores and I would see clothes that I thought looked good. And I would look at magazines and the internet, Pinterest and Instagram, I think were becoming a thing. I would look at these things and I would be like, oh, they look amazing. I wish I could do that. And I thought that I couldn't. I'm not sure exactly why I thought I couldn't. I just thought I couldn't. I was afraid to even try to wear dresses that I thought were cute, just because I wanted to dress as boring as possible. All right, so that's where I came from. I had like the extreme of like a 10-item wardrobe. I mean, it was simple, simple, simple. And fast forward, I quit that job. I started my own business. At that time, there was a lot less photos. I mean, I had one headshot. That was all the photos I had, and everything else was like not me in it. No videos. Like videos weren't as much of a thing. So you didn't see me physically in my work. And I had a couple babies, and my work clothes, just didn't make a lot of sense as like a mom of 2 small children. And so plus, pregnancy, postpartum, your body changes. And so I would just go buy the cheapest clothes I could find, like whatever worked. And a few months after I had my second child, I remember vividly, I think he was 3 or 4 months old, and I was sitting there, hadn't got dressed yet for the day, and I don't know what possessed me. I think it was probably looking online at all of these people who dress fashionably, and I was like, I want to put on something that makes me feel good. And I went to my closet and I realized I do not own one single item of clothing that I actually like. And that was like really not an exaggeration. I wish that it was, but it wasn't. They were things that were like, many of them were like, had a problem, like they were uncomfortable, or the shirt was a little too short and that's just not as flattering, or like one of them, it wasn't meant to do this, but it kept falling kind of down my shoulder and I would have to keep tugging to keep it up. The colors weren't my favorite. Everything was really baggy and I just was like hiding in them. I didn't like anything. So once I realized that I had nothing that I loved and I wanted to start having my clothes do something for me rather than just kind of treat them like a necessary thing that you have to do, I need to figure out how to do that. Now I had 2 small children. Stores weren't very close to me, and so I just started ordering as much online as I could. And when you're trying to figure out your fashion, what looks good on you, things like that, it isn't the time to try to buy less or experiment with less. You actually need more, because I will tell you, I've read articles, blog posts, Instagram posts. I literally took a course on fashion and like how to, put together outfits and how to know what looks good on you. Watched tons of YouTube videos, and there really is no substitute for knowing what looks good on you rather than to try it. Like, you just have to try, especially when you haven't done that much. And so I didn't want any rules holding me back. I ordered Stitch Fix, I ordered Trunk Club. At the time, there were fewer subscription clothing boxes or clothing subscription boxes than there are now. Since then, I know I love Wantable. I think those are the main ones that I do these days. I also ordered like a bunch of stuff online. So like J. Crew is a favorite, Old Navy. I'll just order a whole bunch and I'll return whatever I don't want. I also found clothing rental. Gwenny B was one of my favorites. Actually, a lot of dresses that are some of my favorites came from there. So I tried that. I've done a New York & Company clothing rental. So I just wanted to try as many things as possible so I could learn what was really my style, what I felt good in, what I thought was flattering. And I will say this, when going through this time of figuring out your style, I do recommend that you be incredibly picky. What I mean by that is, while I am all for trying on as many clothes basically as possible and as much variety, try the things you don't even know will look good on you. Once they arrive and you've tried them on, be really, really picky. So if you get a clothing subscription box and you don't love it, send it back. If you order a whole bunch of stuff from somewhere, and I only order from places that are going to let me return it, and you don't love it, send it back. So when I place, say, a large order from J. Crew, I've placed $300-$400 orders there for like 5, 8, 10 things. I usually keep like 20% of them. The goal is to keep only what you love. So in order to keep it, it has to fit you currently, not some theoretical place in the future. You have to feel like you look good in it. I mean, it would be nice if you actually looked good, but you have to feel like you look good in it. You have to like the color, the pattern, and it has to be comfortable. If it's like annoying, like, if the sleeve, the end of the sleeve, like I tried on one the other day and it was not quite this long, but the end of the sleeve was just really tight and uncomfortable. There can't be things that you don't like about it, or you can't put it on and be like, this was one I actually got a subscription box, I think 2 days ago, and I tried on this top and I really, really loved it. I started to be tempted to keep it, but the shirt was just shorter than is flattering on me. It's just more flattering if it was a couple inches longer. And so I returned it because I was like, every time I put that on, I'm going to think, wouldn't it look so much better if it were longer? And I put that in my feedback. So hopefully next time they can send me shirts that are a little bit longer. It was just shorter than I like. Occasionally, if I really love something, some alterations can help some of those things, but be really, really judicious and picky. So fast forward to today, as I have gone on that journey and I keep trying things and I keep keeping the things that I love and I keep expanding my comfort zone. And I don't like to decide not to wear something just because I think, what will people think? Or just because I'm not a person who can pull off a cute sundress. Like, I have to be the boring person in, jeans and a t-shirt, or dress pants and a plain shirt. So I don't let that be my criteria. I have to like it, has to look good. I've ventured into different colors, and I also have several things for photo shoots and videos. I like to not wear the exact same outfit in every video. That is shockingly hard because you have your go-to outfits, and so I try to vary that up. Every time we have a photo shoot, I wear several outfits, and I try not to do the same one. So that's actually a lot of outfits. So by the time you add all of that up, that's a lot of clothes, and I'm happy with that because they fit in my space, and I still follow the rule that when I look through my closet, I actually need to go through it again soon. Something I do regularly. Everything in there is something that I like. that I wear, that I feel good in. And as my tastes change, and they do and they will, or maybe I thought I liked something and I realized after wearing it a couple times, no, it's not my favorite, then I pass it on. But I'm not putting any extra rules on that. I could definitely see in a couple years or something kind of honing my style a little bit more, learning more of the colors and styles that I like, and maybe trying to pare it down a little bit. But for now, I don't have any particular rules, and I really do wear a lot of the clothes that I have, and not every single item. And if I notice there's something that I haven't worn in a long time, like we've just gotten through the winter, as I'm filming this, it's going to be posted later, but if I didn't wear something this past winter, there was a couple things I got rid of because I was like, I liked it, not this, not last winter, but the winter before, but for whatever reason, I just didn't gravitate toward it this winter. That's fine. It's gonna go. So I'm still using a lot of decluttering principles. I'm still making sure it's things that I love. I wanna also say here, if you are changing sizes like pregnant, postpartum, losing weight, things like that, get the clothes that you can't wear today out of your closet. And so it doesn't mean you have to get rid of them. Maybe some of them, it's a good idea to get rid of them. That's totally fine. But if you have a reason to believe you will wear them and like them again, then just put them somewhere else. If you have nowhere else to store them, at least section them off. But there's nothing worse than going through your clothes in the morning and being like, okay, I want to pick out something. Oh, isn't this dress so cute? Oh yeah, I forgot that one doesn't fit. Like, that's just discouraging and not fun. So make sure that everything that you have is something that you could wear today. And one other little piece of bonus fashion advice, accessories. It is amazing what accessories can do to like one outfit and how much accessories can change it, or even like a different type of sweater over it or something like that, different types of shoes. And that was one thing that literally I had like a couple necklaces and 3 or 4 boring pairs of earrings. And so I really enjoyed experimenting with accessories, kind of broadening my earring collection, and have a few more necklaces. And it's amazing what that can do for an outfit. And there's so many accessories that are so affordable. Like, I've gotten jewelry from, like, I get a lot of jewelry from Target. I'm just there all the time. Walmart, Meijer. If you have a Meijer, it's a grocery store here in the Midwest. I don't know where all it is. They have some really unique and cute jewelry. I think I've ordered some on Etsy. There's a company called Paparazzi that's more of like a direct sales company, and they have $5 jewelry. So there's lots of options for you if you're looking to expand accessories. I hope this has helped give you some things to think about when it comes to streamlining and organizing your wardrobe. All the systems I mentioned, I think, are a great starting point if you're just feeling overwhelmed with your wardrobe and you want to streamline and you want some guidance. I'm going to leave a link down below to my favorite system if you're looking for something to follow, the 10-item wardrobe. I'll link to that. And I will also link to some of my personal favorite clothing subscription boxes and places to shop. I thought that would just be fun since we're talking about fashion. And let me know in the comments below what you think and how you organize your wardrobe.